Do you hear me, guys? Make sure y'all get this on your camera. I'm married to Nidal Ahmed. I'm Onijah Ahmed.
In an era where bizarre online relationships regularly make headlines, the case of Onijah Andrew Robinson stands out as particularly surreal. A 32-year-old American woman who flew to Pakistan to marry a 19-year-old she met online, only to be rejected and left stranded. Robinson has now become an internet sensation. Her erratic press conferences, outlandish financial demands, and refusal to return to the US have captivated audiences worldwide. But beyond the viral TikTok clips and memes, her story raises serious questions about mental health, social media sensationalism, and Pakistan's unique response to a foreigner in distress. Onijah Robinson, a mother of two from New York, reportedly arrived in Karachi in October 2024 to marry Nidal Ahmed Memon, a Pakistani teenager she had met online. According to sources, she had presented herself quite differently during their online interactions, using filters that altered her appearance to make her look like a white woman. When she arrived in Pakistan, the reality was starkly different. Memon's family was reportedly disturbed by the deception and refused to approve the marriage. Soon after, the entire family disappeared, leaving Robinson stranded outside their locked house with nowhere to go. Instead of returning to the US, she chose to remain in Karachi, wandering around the city and camping outside Memon's residence. Pakistani media quickly picked up on her situation, turning her into a national curiosity. This attention only fueled her persistence. Rather than seeing herself as an abandoned tourist, Robinson appeared to believe she had a mission in Pakistan, one that involved money, influence, and an inexplicable vision to rebuild the country. As her story gained traction, Robinson held multiple press conferences, where she made a series of bizarre and ever-changing demands. Initially, she demanded financial compensation, requesting $100,000 in total and $20,000 immediately, supposedly to support herself in Pakistan. Then she claimed she needed a weekly stipend of $5,000 to $10,000. At one point, she insisted she wanted Pakistani citizenship and even spoke of investing in the country's real estate sector. Her public appearances became increasingly erratic. In one instance, she insisted she was married to Memon, despite no legal marriage taking place. She also claimed they were planning to have a child in Dubai, even though she was not pregnant. As the media circus surrounding Robinson continued, the most heartbreaking development came from her own family. In a video statement, her son, Jeremiah Robinson, spoke publicly about his mother's declining mental health. He explained that she had been struggling with bipolar disorder for years and was currently in the midst of a severe episode. According to him, her decision to travel to Pakistan and her subsequent refusal to leave were symptoms of her illness, rather than rational choices. Despite his plea, Robinson remained adamant about staying in Pakistan. Even after seeing her son's message, she dismissed his concerns, insisting that she was perfectly fine and had no intention of returning home. This created an even deeper divide between her and her family, who were left helpless as they watched her unravel on an international stage. What makes Robinson's story so gripping is the sheer absurdity of it all. An African-American woman turning up in Pakistan, getting rejected, refusing to leave, and then making grandiose claims about reconstructing the country. Her unpredictability, coupled with the Pakistani media's eagerness to cover her every word, turned her into an unlikely celebrity. On TikTok, she is both the subject of mockery and curiosity. Some see her as an amusing outsider, providing entertainment, while others recognize the underlying tragedy of mental illness being turned into viral content. Pakistani creator Bilal Hassan, who has been translating her story for international audiences, acknowledged that while her situation is unfortunate, it has also inadvertently showcased the kindness of Pakistani people, who despite the spectacle have continued to extend hospitality and assistance. Yet social media's role in amplifying her story cannot be ignored. In an age where virality can make or break someone's reality, Robinson has seemingly embraced her newfound internet fame. Her erratic conferences, in which she rambles about her plans to help Pakistan while soliciting donations, have only added to the circus. But at what cost? Is she being exploited for content, or is she willingly feeding into the narrative for attention? Meanwhile, questions linger about Pakistan's handling of the situation. After her visa expired, the Sindh governor granted her a humanitarian visa, which extends her stay until February 11th. However, it remains unclear what will happen when the deadline passes. Will she finally return to the US, or will she find another reason to stay? Pakistan's reaction to Robinson's case is also a reflection of how the country perceives foreigners, particularly Westerners. While local women facing distressing situations rarely receive this level of media coverage or government intervention, Robinson has been treated as an anomaly. This raises an uncomfortable question. Would a Pakistani woman abandoned in the US receive the same attention and assistance? Some critics argue that Robinson's treatment highlights a form of societal double standard, where foreign visitors, particularly those from the West, are extended a level of hospitality and fascination that local citizens are not. Others suggest that Pakistani's response to her is simply an extension of their natural inclination towards hospitality, even when dealing with an unpredictable and disruptive guest. At the same time, Robinson's situation has inadvertently revealed the influence of Westerners in Pakistani media. Her antics, bizarre as they are, have overshadowed far more pressing domestic issues in the news cycle. Her case has become the subject of endless debate, even as economic and political crises unfold in the background. At its core, Onijah Robinson's story is not just about a failed online romance. It is a reflection of how social media amplifies the bizarre, how mental illness can be turned into spectacle, and how global audiences consume viral stories without considering the individuals at the center. Her persistence in staying in Pakistan, despite repeated rejections and financial struggles, raises questions about her state of mind. Meanwhile, her newfound internet fame, driven by a mix of amusement and sympathy, shows how the internet thrives on spectacle, without considering the deeper issues at play. As her humanitarian visa nears expiration, all eyes are on what happens next. Will she finally go home, or will she find another reason to stay and prolong the most unexpected viral saga of 2025? Whatever the case, one thing is clear. This is not just another viral moment. It is a deeply human story wrapped in internet absurdity, and the world is watching to see how it unfolds.